So just wanted to make a quick video on how to make fire in your fireplace or your, oh, this is how I do it in my fire wood insert. So I use a Strike-A-Fire, and see if I had a fire yesterday, and there's just a little bit of like just ash, a little bit of coals, but it's warm. So having a warm flue versus super cold flue, it helps the draft go up. And if you have the warm flue, the draft goes up a lot easier and you get less smoke in your house. But let's see if I can get this positioned right here where I can see it. Well, I'll just do this. Try to hold this. But anyway, so what I do is I just try to make like a little, I don't know, like a little canal, like a little channel right here. And it kind of like lifts up the logs right here. Actually, it's not logs, it's kindling. But what it is just pine. And they're cut about 10 to 12 inches. And they're from last year. So this is gonna make a huge difference on how fast your fire is gonna start. So if you've ever used like wet wood, it's not gonna start. So buy your wood the year before or early in the beginning of the year, like February or March, and then make sure it's split and dry, and you'll have good fast fires. So I'm just choosing just out of this pile right here. And then I have some eucalyptus. That's usually all I burn. But I'm doing well, eucalyptus and oak. And this year I'm doing some I think it's almond. Yeah, almond. So I'll put this big bad boy right there. And then what I'm doing is just building like blocks, just staggering them across. Go with your smaller ones, your thinner ones, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And then I have this big old piece right here that I have. It's just a piece of bark from the eucalyptus. It's dry. So I'll get my Strike-A-Fire. And I just get my match. You could strike the box. You could actually strike it like a match on there. That just tilted at an angle. Make sure it's well lit. And then you just stuff it in there. Just like that. And sometimes I add a little bit of paper just to help it. But I'm holding a phone right now and it's hard to crumble the paper. But what I will do is I have this paper towel roll right here. I've been doing this for years. Paper towel, I don't know, the manufacturer probably will tell you don't add nothing else in there except for like wood. You can't use lighter fluid or anything like that. Of course, you don't want to go do something stupid like that. But you can put this one like here in the middle. See? Put that one there. Put that one there. Shut the door, but don't shut it completely. And you should have a fire in a couple minutes. Okay? So I'll just sit back right here and just watch it. So So today is what, the 21st or 22nd? I'm not even too sure. It's Monday, and Thanksgiving's in a few days. So have a nice fire. We're gonna be home with the family, and usually we were gone all day shopping. So normally I'll throw a few logs in the morning, but we were gone most of the morning and the afternoon, so I wasn't able to keep the fire going. But for the most part, I usually keep it, you know, I can put in a full load and choke it down, and I'll have fire from, like, I don't know, I put my wood in. I'll put my wood in about, my last load about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'll wake up at 7:30, and the fire will still be going. You don't want to choke it too far down. This one has a blower. I've had this Country Stove now it has a secondary burn on there, but I've had this. It's good. My house is like 1,700 square feet, and actually, if you use the blower and you overfill the insert with wood, you'll actually like get the house like way over 77, 78 degrees. And if you have blankets, it's like really, really hot. So sometimes I have to not even turn on the blower because, and you can turn on the blower, it's different. I don't know, you don't want to put it too high because it'll choke out the fire. But you just put it on its lowest setting, and it blows, and it's automatic. When it gets, there's no flame, or it gets cooler than like 150, it'll stop. 150 degrees, that's what the thermometer on top shows. But if it's less than 150, it'll shut off, and then the flames will get bigger, and then it'll actually get warmer again, the insert, and then it'll actually kick on again. So it's on and off. So if you leave it on, which you can manually, what's going to end up happening is you can actually choke out your fire if you don't have enough air going into your insert, because it'll just choke it. You need that oxygen, that airflow. So here we go, right here. And then we got eucalyptus over here. What are you talking to? And this is nice and dry. And I'll put those in a while. And then once I put them in, that'll help with the fire. And start off small, and then just go to the larger pieces. So it's been maybe 2-3 minutes. I'll just keep it going the way it is. And I wouldn't put any wood on yet until I can get enough hot coals. Unless I know once it's ignited fully. So I burn pretty good dry wood. I do use creosote logs maybe twice a year, the beginning and then like the middle of the season. And then I normally get my chimney, my flue, actually every other year, because the guy that inspects it, he says that it's pretty clean in there. There is creosote, but it's not really, really bad. Every now and then I'll get a couple loads of wood. Like I said, I try to buy it earlier, make sure it's dry, because I've had a couple seasons where I ordered it late and then it ends up really wet, and then I'm struggling all year and have to reorder from a new person who sells wood. So it's still going, but I'll add these two in there right now. You open the door usually a lot slower than that. And then you can just stagger these like that, and then that one there. And then what I'll do is I'll go outside and grab another piece. So we've been in the low 40s. I think we've gotten down out here in the country probably around 30. I would say probably 39, maybe 38. And here's a piece right here. This is the almond. Let's see, I'll just use one more piece. So I'll just throw that one in right there. Oops, I messed that one up. But it's alright, it'll still catch. So then I'll close the door. You want to make sure all the doors are closed in your house and you don't have like a heater going on at the same time. Because if you have the heater going on at the same time, you're going to have that air that's being sucked out in your AC unit, and then you'll notice that your fire is just dying out. So I'll just let that burn. So what I'll do is let this burn for about a good 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll close the door. After I close the door, then I just leave it alone for another, let's see, maybe 15 minutes, and then that's when I'll spread out the wood a little bit, and then I could load it fully. And then after I load it fully, I'll push the rod in and let that burn for a little bit, maybe halfway in like that. Then I'll let that burn for about till the flames get like really, really huge in there. That's when I'll choke it down to almost all the way in, and then I pull it out about a half an inch. And that's it. So we'll just watch this for now. You want to be on a YouTube video, honey? I'm going to record you. I didn't even know you're here. Hi.
I'm making rocks.
Court, can you turn down that song? I can't have music playing. Otherwise, I like own the rights to the music and stuff, and they will like take out the video. I might have to redo this whole one because they'll send me a copyright warning. Thanks.
I'm making rocks. Oh. Oh, there's that hot. A local in Mateos. It's a nose. It's a hole.
So it's been like 10 minutes. So what I do is close the door now. Once I close the door, you'll see the difference in the draft. It'll slow down. So it's completely closed and the rod's completely open, pulled out. So that ticking noise that you can hear is because the stove's warming up. So that's it. I'll just let that burn for about another 10 minutes and then I'll just load it up with a lot of wood and spread out the coals. Anyway, so that's my video on how to start a fire in my country insert. And that's a Strike a Fire match. Works pretty good instead of having to use a bunch of paper. So, bye.